Hey guys, it's me Suja over here. Welcome back to another video. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about what about Vietnam's visa exemption for new countries. So firstly, if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called as Suja in Vietnam. I've been living in Vietnam for over 7 years now. I was an English teacher before for 4.5 years, and then I started my online business in digital marketing. And I'm also a full time YouTuber. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, it takes less than 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, and that way you can support my work. So I just want to follow up regarding Vietnam's initiative of including the new countries in the list for visa exemption. So I had mentioned this in one of my previous videos when I was back in Vietnam, and the article was from Vietnam News that Vietnam is supposed to include new nations, new countries to their existing list for visa exemptions. I believe that's going to be like around 45 days visa exemption policies. So I just want to follow up regarding this. I mean, is it going to be happening this month, this coming month? Are we expecting to have this new policy this September? Um, so of course I mentioned about the 45 days because it would be very convenient for many countries to visit, people from those countries to attract a lot of tourism for Vietnam. I mean, this is going to be a very good tourism boost for the Vietnam tourism market, and attracting new tourists from new target markets. um, so yeah, I just want to just have a update regarding this. I mean, like, if you have any updates regarding this, and if you have any information regarding the new visa exemption policies for new countries, and when is that supposed to be formalizing, you can just comment down in the comment section below. So let me just have a bit of my tea. I also want to talk about, like, I do also have a substantial amount of Indian subscribers, and they want to, because since I'm out here in India, and I'm an Indian. So they, some of them, they usually ask me that they want to go to Vietnam, uh, but 1 month is kind of a bit short for them. I mean, especially if, I get contacted by these Indian entrepreneurs who are out here in India, and they want to expand their operations to Vietnam. They want to do business with Vietnam, and that um, the Prime Minister of Vietnam had made a state visit, had made a 3-day state visit here in India. So that was a very big, significant turning point. So I think, because I know the fact that if Vietnamese people, citizens, if they want to visit India, they do get a 90-day, I think, visa free. Um, I'm not, if I'm right, if they want to come. So what I'm saying over here is that there's so much of huge potential between both the countries, India and Vietnam, and I think Vietnam should actually aggressively, implement a new system, a visa system, where Indians should be getting 90-day visa exemption to come to Vietnam. Because there are also a substantial amount of Indian entrepreneurs or Indian manufacturers, especially in textile, pharmaceutical. They want to explore the market. So it takes a bit of time to explore to understand the market, the Vietnam market, and to meet the suppliers. Um, and of course, there are a lot of Indian tourists. They want to visit Vietnam, and I think 1 month is not very sufficient enough to cover, to explore a lot of Vietnam. So because last year there were a lot of Indian tourists, who had come to Vietnam. So I think it would be a very good initiative for Vietnam if they can roll out with the 90 days visa exemption for Indian nationals who would like to visit Vietnam, and of course, not only pertaining to Indian tourists, or Indian nationals, but also for specific countries which Vietnam has a lot of business agreements, bilateral trades. And I think those countries should also be having that kind of 90-day visa exemption. So I think that would be really nice, because still, I mean, till date, like I'm taking India as an example. Like if Indians want to visit Vietnam, they can actually avail for the 1 month visa, or they can avail for the 3 months visa, but they have to fill up the online application form. It could take anywhere between 3 to 10 business working days to get the visa invitation letter. And of course, once you get the visa invitation letter, you can come to Vietnam. But I think it would be really nice to see if Vietnam can eliminate this, and make it a bit more simplified for specific tourists, for specific countries, especially India. Because there are a lot of Indian tourists, they want to visit Vietnam, and also there are a lot of Indian entrepreneurs. And I do get contacted by Indian entrepreneurs. They ask me about Vietnam. They want to do business with Vietnam, but they want to visit Vietnam, but they really want to explore the market, and I think 1 month is not sufficient enough. So if there can be a 90 days visa exemption for Indian tourists, for Indian nationals visiting Vietnam, I think that would be a very wonderful initiative from Vietnam's side, because we all know that there was a high level state visit by the Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh. He came to India for a 3 days state visit. So I think that's going to really build a very strong connection between India and Vietnam if the 90 days visa exemption is taken into effect. It would be nice to see if it can roll out this September. So it would be so that we don't have to fill up the form, wait for the invitation letter, which could take anywhere between 3 to 10 business working days. So I think that would be a really good move from Vietnam's end. So, and of course, like when are the new countries getting included in the list? I believe it was like 45 days visa exemption. Um, if that could be extended, if that duration could be more, like say 60 days visa exemption, or like a 90 days visa exemption, that would be wonderful. Thailand does provide 60 days visa exemption for Indian nationals who are visiting the kingdom. So I think that's a great move because that's actually attracting a lot of tourists. So I think Vietnam should also, fast track this process so that they could, boost up their tourism sector. And also, a lot of Indian entrepreneurs, they want to visit Vietnam. They want to do business with Vietnam. So the potentials are tremendous. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about this, or if you have any updated information as to when the new countries are going to be included for the visa exemption. I would love to hear from you. So if you like watching this video, make sure to like this video and all the good stuff. If you found this video to be informational, you can always buy me a coffee. And if you want to start a successful online business, and if you're in Southeast Asia, or if you're traveling in Southeast Asia or anywhere in the world, I highly recommend you check out this free webinar workshop. I'll keep the link down in the description below. So with that being said, this was me, Sujoy. Peace out.